Hello, and welcome to Life in the Bitter Truth. This is the podcast where we seek to understand the deeper, sometimes painful aspects of life and what it all means to us. I'm Vittorio.
And I'm Alex.
Yay!
Yay!
All
Oh
right.
my gosh!
Cool.
I wanted to ask you something really quick before we start.
What?
Have you watched? What is it called? I'm not too sure what the name of it's called, but you know Balin from TikTok.
Oh, the Tourette's girl.
Yes, yeah. I love her. Balin, I think that's her name. I love her so much. Have you started watching her show?
No, I saw it on Netflix. I saw it on its.
I think it's on TLC.
No, I haven't seen it, but I've seen her on Instagram. Yeah. Little baby wieners. Yeah, she says all kinds of shit.
It's so interesting. Like I mean, we've only watched the pilot, but so far it's been really good. And I'll tell you that she goes to the grocery store with her mom. Yeah. And she has the thing where if she sees squishy things, she'll want to punch it. And so she's in the grocery store with her mom, and she's obviously having her tics and everything like that. And her mom's like just trying to watching for the other people. And she's getting embarrassed as her mom, and she sees like the bread and she just starts punching the shit out of it. And, she's trying to teach her how to go to the grocery store by herself.
Isn't she engaged too?
No, they're not engaged yet. I don't believe, but she's like trying to grab for the eggs and the mom's like, okay, grab the eggs now. And the mom's like making sure she doesn't swing or throw them somewhere. Okay. And I think you should watch it. I think you'd really appreciate it.
I'm waiting for the third season of Love on the Spectrum, or is it fourth season? I can't even remember.
Oh, are they going to renew it? Do you know?
I think so.
Oh, okay. There you go. So.
Danny's my favorite.
Oh yeah. I love Danny. Yeah. She's awesome.
She
just be talking or not talking shit, but talking the truth, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What are we talking about?
Today we're just going to be, because people are still talking about the Super Bowl, we want to talk about the Super Bowl. And I would love to talk with you about the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm a big fan of Kendrick, and I'm assuming you're not. By the way you're looking at me, it's answering the question, and I don't want to know too much about what you think because I already know how it's gonna go. But I think for the people, I think we could talk about the halftime performance. We could talk about Donald Trump. We could talk about Taylor Swift. We could talk about well, Kansas City.
Let's get into it then. So obviously the Super Bowl. I mean, we watch the Super Bowl every year. It's probably the one sporting event that I have religiously watched for years. Right, probably the only one because I don't have time to watch sports.
You only watch like racing, right?
Yeah, GT car racing, F1. Whenever I can get get it on the local channels and stuff. But definitely Super Bowl. And usually we go to a party or we do something here or we go somewhere. But this year it was just myself and your younger sister, and we sat home. She spent about 5 minutes with me, and then she went to her room. She goes, "Okay, I'll be back at halftime."
It's really anticlimactic, the whole game. If you're not there for football.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think the Chiefs even showed up to play. Mahoney got sacked like 4 or 5 times. I mean, he threw interception. I mean, there were interceptions. The defensive line they didn't even know who the hell they were covering. So it was terrible from the beginning. And the Chiefs were right to lose because they just didn't show up to play. So hence the game was extremely boring. The halftime was
normally they are
very boring for me.
You think the halftime was boring?
Oh, it was a stupid show.
We can get into that.
Show. So, I the whole Kendrick Lamar thing. I didn't understand why Goodall, or not Goodall, what's his name? The head of the NFL, Roger Goodall, whatever his name is. So I can't even remember these names, but I don't know why he keeps selecting these people to perform.
In the
halftime show. It's just not entertaining. It's kind of funny. So I was watching some of the social media stuff on the reactions of the halftime show, and it's like you got 1 or 2 people engaged in the audience, and everybody else is sitting down going,
"Oh my God, that's such fucking fake news, Dad.
What is going on? What is this garbage?" Because you gotta understand, most people don't connect. I don't listen to this guy's music. I know maybe one song. Don't get me wrong. For this episode, I did my research, so I'm a little bit more. I'm more hip today than I was
yesterday.
Or before the weekend started. But I mean, just the reaction of most common people, the most people in America, they don't know who Kendrick Lamar is.
You think so?
Yeah, at least, okay, you said my age, but with all due respect, I don't know his music. I just don't know his music at all. And I'm pretty hip. I like my J-pop, I know some K-pop. I mean, I'm pretty, my.
And that's a language, and that's a music
Yeah.
that I don't,
So my playlist is wrought with all kinds of good music. And I do have one song of Kendrick Lamar's in there because
With
I
SZA?
think you mentioned it. Yeah. And so, yeah, I wouldn't know who the hell's singing it, but whatever, I just thought the halftime show was stupid. It didn't make any sense to me. It was boring. It didn't have any, there was just no excitement to the show. Now, I say that, and then, of course, there's all kinds of deep layers involved in it. So
yes, art is...
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I went to a Super Bowl party with my partner and some family friends, and that's why I went to this. That's why I went to this.
Just for
not
the
just
halftime
for
show.
the food and the company, of course, but for the halftime performance.
Okay.
And normally, I wouldn't really care. I mean, I don't want the beehive coming at me, but like when Beyonce was you didn't like when Beyonce performed all those years ago.
I don't like Beyonce. So
Oh
Beyonce's
my
one
God,
of the
you were
worst.
so fucking sorry. You were so pissed off when I think it's because like people were saying she was dressing like a Black Panther.
Oh, is it?
With the berets and
don't
everything.
know.
It was like very, oh my God, militant,
I don't know. I mean, I just don't like Beyonce. So when she could,
she's okay, but I'm not really like a huge like Beyonce fan.
no, I mean, she stole the Grammy from Billie Eilish. So I dislike her even more.
Oh
so
my God,
there
you
go.
love Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Well, I don't know a lot of Billie Eilish's music, but Billie Eilish is 1,000 times more popular than Beyonce, and I mean that
God, that's
I mean
crazy.
that from a record sales, from a download sales.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, 300% more. Absolutely, much more popular.
Oh God, we might have to fact check that later.
Fact check me, goddammit. Her album should have won, but we all know that the Grammys are full of shit.
It wasn't
it's
that
bullshit.
big, Dad.
So-
Billie Eilish's last album was not. I mean, it was
Yeah, it
big,
was
but
big.
it was not that big.
It was 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger than Beyonce's whatever the hell. her
Cowboy
music was,
Carter.
whatever it was. So,
All of
Billie
that
Eilish,
to say-
she was robbed.
Oh my God.
So, there.
Justice over here. Justice for Billie Eilish. From my dad. I enjoyed the ambiance and being around everyone, and Jacob and I were super excited to see their performance because we both like Kendrick. And let me tell you, once it started, you could hear a pin drop. Everyone was tuned in, and there were people from our generation, there were millennials, there were elderly people, there were everyone you could think of, little children, like every type of person you could think of was there.
So you said pin drop because it was so boring. Nobody had anything to say.
No. We were so tuned in, locked in, as we say.
Locked in.
And we wanted to know the set list. We wanted to know what he was wearing, right? What Kendrick wore that day has like blown up.
Yeah.
The Celine jeans, everything.
Yeah.
People are trying to recreate, trying to see, can we bring bell bottoms back? All this stuff, right? What does the A chain mean, right? Oh, does it mean A minor? What is it? Whatever.
Yeah,
Lots of things.
Yeah.
But I'll say that I thought I knew immediately, as someone who's studied sociology, political science, everything you can think of.
Yeah.
I saw through it all, right?
So you knew what was going on.
100%.
Okay. Well, so let's.
And I dare I say, shed a tear.
Okay. Well, let's take a step back because
Go for it.
The first thing that was presented to me had to do something about the gaming console, right? Mm-hmm. So I was told
We just did an episode about gaming, so you should have noticed that.
That it's because Sony, something to do with Sony, and Sony is the record label that Drake is with. Something like that.
Oh, interesting.
And it's the Sony PlayStation 2 gaming device.
But you should say really
That's what I do.
quick before you get into just the deep things with Drake or whatever.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to research this about Drake and all the beef? Because as someone that doesn't listen to hip hop, current hip hop or rap, probably couldn't name a Kendrick Lamar song off the top of your head or a Drake song by that.
No, Drake's. I like Drake's music more by a wide margin than Kendrick Lamar's music.
Because it's like more poppy.
Drake's been around for a lot longer, so he's much more popular. He's been more established. He's been around a lot
Drake
longer.
makes music for the masses. He makes music for radio hits. Kendrick does not.
Yeah, and that's why.
I mean,
Drake is more popular.
Damn You Can Say was an album for radio hits, right? And that's the album he won the Pulitzer for. Sure. But
you're talking about Drake.
Kendrick.
Oh, I don't know. Make sure you tell me who you're talking about.
Oh, no. Okay. Kendrick is the one that won the Pulitzer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, another prize or whatever.
Oh,
no.
That
means nothing.
The Pulitzer is not just a whatever prize, and you know that.
We all do. Come on. It's like the Nobel Peace Prize. It's a bullshit.
Nobel Peace Prize is...
Nobel,
anyway.
Grammys, Pulitzer, they're all bullshit.
The Grammy is not on the same level as a Pulitzer. As a writer, I know that very...
All right, so back to the so you asked the question, how long did it take me? So
and what were you thinking going into all of this? Because you as a boomer.
Okay, so my girlfriend and I were sitting on the sofa discussing this, and her 23-year-old son came down, and we were discussing it, and he listened in, and so I said, "Walk me through what's going on here." And sure enough, we spent the better part of an hour and a half, 2 hours going through the diss tracks.
Did you like any of them?
No. I mean, I thought it was Kendrick Lamar is a straight up gangster. I mean, in a bad way. He's
in a bad way?
He's a hood.
He's a gangster?
Yeah, he's a hood because, he's I think my girlfriend basically said Kendrick Lamar brings a gun to a knife fight. Meaning he's going to, he's going to come in to shoot you down.
I would say he'd bring fists, not a knife either.
The reason she says that is because he's a straight up rude mofo because of the way the lyrics. He called
pissed.
out his mother.
He's pissed.
He called out.
But Drake also did that to Kendrick as well.
Like I don't know.
You got to look at it from both sides. They were both talking shit about each other's partners and parents and family, all this stuff.
So let's take a step back. So make sure we start with the chronology of my thought process. So was I wrong about the whole Sony thing or the game console thing? Because that's the way it was.
Before we jump into that, I think we should still comment on the fact that you think that, I mean, it's interesting and it's funny to see the different perspectives, right? People make fun of Drake because call him, all these types of names because he's trying to claim rap and hip hop and all this stuff, but he's just like, trying to claim West Coast culture, East Coast culture of the U.S. and he's not even from here.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, so people consistently make fun of him for that, and rightly so. I think he's trying to tap into a lot of different circles that he just doesn't belong in. But I'm not one to say that, but this is just.
I think it's bullshit because if you think about it, some of the most famous music artists are English, Canadian. Do we all remember that The Weeknd is Canadian? He's not even American. And he's well-liked.
I wouldn't say he's hip-hop or rap, though.
No, I didn't say that. But what I'm saying, I said music artists. So there's a reality there that there's music artists from all over the world. Who gives a shit whether Drake is...
but rap and hip-hop that's here.
You think so?
100%, yes.
Then you haven't listened to J-pop because they're rapping 100 times better
we're being serious here.
Oh, I'm telling you.
But I think it's interesting that your instinct is for people to, say, oh, Drake is, he's a household name and he's, this nicer guy, but Kendrick he's a gangster because he's rude and he's mean and he's from Compton. Like, it's
I didn't know he was from Compton, so
it's just interesting.
It's not that he's ruder. Like I said, I'm sure they've disrespected each other, but we asked a question. Drake is more established, well established, many more years in the industry. So that's the only comment I made. He's had music out for a lot longer, and in fact, from what I heard,
I don't think so.
Yes, more mainstream
might have to fact check
music.
that again.
Okay, fact check all you want.
I mean, but then again, like it's a whole separate conversation of mainstream versus music that is love or in the cut. Like just because it's on the radio doesn't mean that.
Cut? What's in the cut mean?
Just because it's on the radio, like most people that I know do not listen to the radio anymore.
Okay. I don't listen to the radio either.
You don't?
I stream music.
But you listen to radio songs on the radio, right?
No, I stream songs that are coming from, downloads. I try to listen to new music that comes out every Friday, and I put it on my playlist. So that's how I uncover music.
Do you remember the last album Drake came out with that you liked?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Couldn't tell you the album. Couldn't tell you the song. To be honest, I'm just telling you from my perspective. From what I've heard, Drake has been more established over a lot longer period. And from what I heard, and I could be wrong, so fact check me all you want. I don't give a damn. Drake helped Kendrick Lamar's career get started. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I heard. So.
Okay. So bring
the big three. Remember?
Yeah, I do. That was a part.
I heard that part. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was a part of both of the two diss tracks, but. Yeah. Also J. Cole's. There's a lot of people involved in this drama, but okay. So talk about Sony.
Okay, so the start of the Super Bowl, right? That's what I had heard. I don't know if that's right. That reality of whether or not they had the Sony PlayStation device handheld, and that's what it was. It's because it's a comment. I guess he's calling out Drake because Sony is his record label, something like that.
Yeah, I did know that,
and there's nuances to that, and then of course as he performs, there's all kinds of nuances.
For sure. So like once I saw that, kind of the PlayStation symbols, I know that PlayStation is owned by Sony, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I kept seeing PlayStation this, PlayStation that. I'm pretty sure those symbols are copywritten by, those are their symbols. You can't just throw them anywhere. Yeah. I think it was interesting because I immediately caught on to the whole game thing. And once Uncle Sam came out, right, he began this discourse or this conversation about you got to play the game right, or you're going to lose a life and all this stuff. And a lot of the, conversation that was happening online was, the Black experience in America is a game, and if you don't play it correctly, you'll be out.
Okay.
So,
in reference to the fact that Drake does play the game,
possibly that's one way to look at it. Also, just generally, it was said that the whole performance is about Black people in America. How America was built on the backs of Black people and different things like that. And I think it's interesting that...
And who says that?
This is just everything I've been reading.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I had also read that, I lost my train of thought.
Well, they're pointing in history. So, Samuel Jackson's, part in this performance, I had no clue what the hell was going on. Because I don't know. I like Samuel Jackson.
Oh my God. When I saw him, I got so excited.
I have no idea what his part was about. And then somebody, I think her son, the girlfriend's son, told me that, or was making a comment about, I think it was something, or maybe you said something about that it's symbolism because it's a Black Uncle Sam?
Black Uncle Sam, yeah.
Well,
so
I don't know what that means. So we've already had a Black president, so I don't know what that connection means.
I don't know if that is, I don't think to the Black community just having one Black president is enough, and maybe Obama didn't make people feel,
So you're
enough.
Saying the Black community won't be happy till they have a gangster hood in the White House?
I can't speak for any community but my own, but
I don't know what that means.
I'm not too sure they're wanting, if that's what they're calling for through the performance. I think it was interesting to note at least that all the performers were Black. I thought that was interesting, and I noticed it immediately. And the other thing too was, this game concept is also the game between Kendrick and Drake, and I'm gonna one up you. You're gonna, it's this constant back and forth between the both of them, and
gotcha.
That's also what Kendrick is saying too. Like, at the end of the performance, and we can obviously touch back on this a little bit later, but at the end of the performance, it says game over. Like, I just called you out at the Super Bowl. Everyone is cheering me on. Everyone's making fun of you. And there's and this just started simply as a diss track. And diss tracks happen all the time. You know, Kendrick didn't come out with an album or anything. He just published this one song, and then it just kept song after song after song, right? And it was this back and forth for like a month.
Right.
You know, everyone at work was talking about it, and now Kendrick's saying, yeah, there's lawsuits starting, but you'll never be able to top this.
Right. No, so I understood. So getting back, so we don't jump too much around, but, you know, again, I didn't understand the references for Samuel Jackson. I just thought I like him as an actor, and I didn't think twice about it. Anything else, I didn't know. He was making commentary after each song. I was clueless. Didn't know what was going on.
Well, he was
there.
talking about the game, right?
Yeah. So again, this performance seemed like a conversation between him and Drake. Why they got why it was, you know, I don't know why. I wasn't involved, so I didn't know.
Yeah, and
so
nothing,
it's kind of funny. So.
And even the beef and even the culture and the type of music, like, it has nothing to do with you or me, right?
Or most of America. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't argue that, but I think it's interesting that it could be taken as a conversation between him and Drake, but also him and America, right? And you know what the feelings and opinions are about these different lived experiences.
Hey, you know, I don't know what lived experience he has. He's only 30 years old or 40, 30 some odd years old, so he doesn't have much of a lived experience.
I'm saying generally with just the Black community in general.
Again, don't know what lived experiences these people think they have. I don't understand it. It's America's turned the corner, you know, several hundred years ago, and of course we've had great strides in civil rights, and you know, I don't see the acrimony that goes on, and because I don't live it, of course, so yeah. I can only see it from the people that I know that they don't feel the same way. And I'm talking about the Black community that I'm aware of. So, but of course, I understand that there's dynamics and that everybody feels differently about different things.
Of course.
Totally get that. Still don't understand what anything had to do with Samuel Jackson again. So,
I mean, again, I'm not too sure why they chose him. I'm not sure if he's commented on it. But the fact that they're, dressing him as Uncle Sam in this scenario or this story, I thought was pretty very striking, and I thought he did a great job just in general. I was like, it was Jacob and I love Samuel L. Jackson, so to see him dressed as Uncle Sam was it definitely was the best intro to the performance for sure.
So I think you made a comment regarding all the performers were Black. I think that's been going on now for several years now. I think I had heard something that, again, I don't know any of this stuff other than what I hear as I did my research, right? I think the NFL gave up creative control. I want to say it was to, what's Beyonce's husband?
Oh, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. And ever since then, the performances, what I heard, this is not my commentary, has gone down. Now, I don't know why they said it's gone down, because some of the performances, at least over, I think last year with Eminem and all the other rap performers,
Snoop, Dr. Dre.
And Dr.
You
Dre,
like that?
That was a great show. I mean, that was actually a pretty
They're
good
pretty
show.
gangster too, don't you think?
Well,
in your opinion, right?
I'm an original because I used to listen to Ice-T. And back in the NWA, all that music. Remember, I grew up.
You used to listen to NWA, Daddy?
Of course. Wow. So there you go. That was a different kind of music. I think it was, from the way I perspective. Of course, I've evolved and I've shifted. I've gotten older, so I don't listen to that music anymore. And I've never listened to heavy metal either. But I know a lot of heavy metal bands. But again, I don't connect it. I don't connect with that music anymore.
It's interesting because it wasn't just Dr. Dre and Snoop. It was 50 Cent, who was was a known, who literally got almost killed multiple times, right, for being a gang member, but somehow that was okay. But this one it's just interesting.
America loves second chance people, giving second chances to people. So if 50 Cent came back from wherever he came back, he's came back strong. Again, Kendrick Lamar,
I'm not too sure if Kendrick Lamar ever banged or ever was in a gang though.
I don't know that either.
Yeah,
but again,
I'm saying it's interesting that you felt that kind of gangsterness or identity off of him, but not other.
No, I didn't feel anything about Kendrick Lamar. I listened to one of the diss tracks. That was straight up rude.
That's a diss track for you.
That was a diss track.
They're supposed to be.
And when I say he's a gangster, it's because of he went raw to that level.
So that's
what
you
I'm talking
mean.
about. I'm not talking about. I have no idea if he has affiliations or otherwise.
Okay.
I had heard something about the people that were performing were wearing blue and red as a significance to the gangs, the Crips and the Bloods, right?
So
again, I don't know the connection. So
yeah, I mean, maybe you wouldn't be able to infer that immediately, but obviously after reading,
I didn't.
Yeah,
somebody had to tell me.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I remembered last summer, he put on a huge show, and up there on the stage with him, there were Bloods and Crips dancing, and people, different rappers and music and artists that are affiliated with both gangs. All together, and normally that's not something you see. So a lot of people are saying that like Kendrick's music and these diss tracks and this whole feud between him and Drake has brought people together, and has
he's a uniter then.
Has kind of created a discourse around rappers outside of the U.S. that are trying to claim LA culture and all this stuff, right? So it's definitely started lots of conversations that I don't exactly have a grasp of all of them, but I think it's interesting that people did catch the red and the blue.
I didn't catch it. I just thought it was
a lot of people did. A lot of people did. Yeah.
So I think it was again the study hall that I was doing on Saturday morning, trying to understand what was going on. So getting back again, I don't know whether Kendrick Lamar has any affiliations whatsoever. I have no idea. I thought that one track where he brought Drake's mother, child, father, all of these things into it, I thought that was pretty wrong. So, but whatever, I guess that's what these people do.
Yeah,
they fight back and forth.
They were both doing it.
Fight back and forth regarding the music side of it.
Right.
Whatever. Again, and then as the performance went on, which was another thing I was clueless about, which was the tennis star Serena. Serena. Is it Serena? Serena Williams. She was dancing. I don't know the name of the dance.
She was crip walking. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. Well, I don't know what crip walking means, but I know crip walking, but I don't know why they call it crip walking. So, but
okay.
Yeah, but I found out. I heard that, and then you could answer that. What is crip walking? I don't know what that is, but
you saw Snoop Dogg do it. Yeah. The last Super Bowl.
Is it Ice-T that does that?
No, it's Snoop is always doing it.
But it's Ice-T who does it. Not Ice-T. I'm sorry, Ice Cube.
He possibly does. Who does it the best? I'm no one to fucking to.
Whatever. So
I'm not too sure if there's like a competition.
So Serena, I apparently used to go out with Drake, and that's why she was on there as kind of a kick in the face.
Yeah, dancing on his grave.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Is that what you heard? I didn't hear that part, but
I'm not too sure. I heard that it wasn't that they were together; it's that Drake used to stalk her.
Now it's stalking. I thought they went out together.
No, I don't think they ever went out.
Everybody that I did the research on said that they dated.
Did you see anything about stalking?
Nope.
Because he would. I at first read that they were connected in some way, and then I guess he was saying some stuff about her husband and just being just weird and being just inappropriate, and she was like, "Dude, I'm married. That's my man. Like, why are you obsessed with me?" And so I think
I didn't hear that. I heard that they were dating. So I don't know.
I don't believe so.
Again, so many layers.
We're all just trying to understand, all of it. But it was a lot of people loved Serena.
Oh, is that the case?
They loved the dance. They loved the crip walking over his grave. They that shit blew up, and everyone was reposting it. Okay. Yes. Everyone loved her hair. Everyone loved the friggin' eye contact straight into the camera.
You know what?
Both times. I
didn't even know it was Serena Williams until somebody told me it was Serena Williams because.
Really?
Yeah. She's just. I guess I didn't pay attention. I'm watching it, but I'm going, who's that? So, and then I just moved on with it.
Yeah, it was quick. It was quick. So I wouldn't fault you for missing it, but it was pretty quick. And I had to watch I watched the halftime performance so many times, but in that moment, I'm like, I already knew I was going to rewatch it. So I'm like, okay, I'll catch all the Easter eggs after.
Yeah. And if that's what I did. I had to rewatch it to catch some, I don't know about Easter eggs, but to some of the nuances. So then they talked about the jewelry. They talked about the big chain with a little A.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Which denotes an A minor basically is a musical note, which is the simplest musical note to play. That and the C.
Okay.
So I guess it is some reference to the fact that he doesn't know how to do anything other than the basics.
No, Daddy.
Okay.
You know exactly what that shit's for.
No, I don't.
The A minor.
A minor is a musical note. That's what I was told.
Of course. But the biggest thing about A minor and the biggest accusation that Kendrick is making against Drake is that he is a pedophile, that he sleeps with, that he has in the past had relationships and slept with minors. Okay. So that is in the song Not Like Us, which is one of the ones that Kendrick performed at the end. Mm-hmm. That's the big thing. He says A minor, like he's calling it out. He's airing out all of this. So a lot of things are coming out with, just the largest like example where there's lots of there's photos of him with so many different types of girls. Yeah. Yeah. But it's his really weird relationship with Millie Bobby Brown, the girl from Stranger Things.
You've seen him have a weird relationship with her.
So she would say in interview, and people would bring up like, oh, you talked to Drake, and she would say, yeah, he and I always text all the time. She was like 12 years old, 12, 13 years old. Yeah, he and I text all the time. He gives me advice about boys, and just he has this weird fascination with very young women.
Is that something you're stating or something you've heard?
Oh, this is a fact.
Facts.
Oh, for sure.
Because I know Kendrick Lamar is being sued for defamation.
Of course, yeah. He's going to try to sue him for everything because he just humiliated the fuck out of him. No,
the defamation suit came way before. So that it's been around for a while. So
since the summertime?
I don't know how long.
Which is when all this kind of really blew up.
No idea.
Yeah, again, so anyway, that's what the A minor is about. That's what it symbolizes, is that part in the song where he says that he's into minors. So
what's fascinating is that there is different takes based on different, information you get off of the internet.
No, I mean,
because the A minor was a reference to his inability.
You're saying that's Kendrick's reference
to Drake's inability to play nothing but basic music.
No. Everything is about.
I'm telling you, that's what I heard.
No, Daddy, and I don't know if that's. I don't know how else I can tell. Tell you. Kendrick himself has blown up this simple fact of calling him a pedophile. In the song, he calls him a pedophile as well.
I'm not talking about that point of it. I'm just sharing with you what I heard about what the A minor means. That was it. Had nothing to do with pedophile. That was a different component in the song.
Okay.
Remember, he's outlining different components in the music that references Drake's music talent, his fascination, like you said, with young girls, and on and on and on and on. Mm-hmm. So these are just points.
Yeah, there's multiple interpretations of these songs, for sure.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I was told. So I don't know. Again, that's what I read. That's what I read in so many different Instagram posts about, or I think it was her son was putting on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was one that this guy,
your girlfriend's son. Yeah.
He just went boom, 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 and there was this guy on TikTok just saying, "This is what this meant. This is what that meant. This is what this meant." And going piece by piece by piece, breaking down the songs. A lot of people posted videos like that. Yeah. Everyone was trying to give their own. People were writing articles about their interpretations of what it meant. Okay. Kendrick hasn't come out and said that's what it's about.
Well, no, that's art, right? It's for other people. You're never going to give your full truth. I don't. So
yeah.
But okay, so what did you think about so you talked about Serena. What did you think about SZA's performance? Since you like SZA.
It was only a snippet of the song, so she's fine. I mean, she was fine. She did what she was supposed to do. I mean, again, remember they only play a real small amount of the music, so. But I like her, so it was fine.
Okay. A lot of people said that her performance was boring.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in the the performance itself, he says, we're going to slow it down, right? And then that's all her type of music. It's very, very slow and emotional. And so, I mean, of course, I'm excited to see her because I really love her. But a lot of people were saying that they said that she most definitely lip synced the whole thing.
Oh, again, everyone's critical.
Which I feel like...
Why would you have to lip sync it?
No, I mean, I feel like during most performances in general, people are not actually singing.
Oh, okay. Well,
at least televised performances, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about her performance. I thought it was fine. I mean, for the amount of time that she spent on the stage, it all seemed fine. I mean, yeah, whatever.
What do you think about, or did you see in the specific televised performance, did you see the Palestinian protester?
I may have seen a snippet of it, but I think
I saw it online only.
I think I saw it online as well. They didn't really pan to it, but they had a reference, and this is another thing that I heard online. So they referenced his car, the black. I don't know. It's an NX, whatever it is. I think it's an Oldsmobile or something like that. I don't know. But apparently, when that car came out, it was faster, and it was kind of a low key car, but it was faster than the Ferrari of the time. This was in the 80s, I think. So it was another supposed reference to Drake, that because Drake touted the Ferrari and the high life and all that, the big spending. And he basically said something about, this is Kendrick Lamar, basically the statement that was kind of was being conveyed was, though my car is simpler, my car is faster. Something like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
Again, layers and layers and layers.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, I haven't looked into like the cars specifically. Yeah. I just thought it was cool that there was a door within the car that all of these people were coming through, funneling through. I thought that was really interesting and cool.
So we talk about that. The chain that he wore with all the diamonds, and then I know he had a button or something on the back with diamonds, and then something else on the front lapel of the hat. And I can't remember exactly what all those references points were. Again, the lower A was a reference to what I heard was Drake's lack of musical talent. And the other two, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything about that either, but I thought it was interesting that, and I don't know if you mentioned it to me or someone else, but I was wondering why we hadn't seen that protester kind of come out from behind or whatever.
You're talking about the
Sudanese protester?
Sudanese, yeah, I don't know.
But then I was reading that like they are just the amount of, I mean, even though he still was protesting, the amount of security even behind the camera, right? They know exactly which shot they're filming, and they know where all the cameras are, and there's so much care that's going into making sure that the people at home are seeing what they want them to see. Yeah, well, so I thought that was interesting.
I mean, he was attacked and dragged off, so that was a good thing.
Yeah,
so
they tackled him.
They tackled him good and dragged him off, so that was good.
What about Donald Trump booing
I didn't hear that.
Celebrating Taylor Swift getting booed.
I heard that after the fact. I didn't see it on. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching Taylor Swift getting booed. I go, I don't know why they keep hagging on this girl. What's
You're
wrong?
A big Swiftie.
What's wrong with Taylor with TS? So yeah, she got booed big time. And I guess what I had heard out there in the world of social media is that they're just tired of her, and they're tired of her at the games with the boyfriend
Travis Kelce
and the team, and they're just tired of seeing her and all her drama associated with the football team. They just want her to step away so that they can focus, the world can focus, or the U.S. can focus on the football team,
right,
or whatever it has. So that's why they booed her. That's what I heard. And she even looked like, she looks sad.
She looks sad. Yeah. I felt, and I don't really care for Taylor Swift. The Swifties can come for me. I could give a shit, but like, it's just, white bread music, obviously.
I don't listen to a whole lot of it, but I know it, obviously, because she's popular, right?
Right, yeah. But I think it was interesting that I saw a couple posts about the fact that Donald Trump first posted the field the first president to go to a Super Bowl, first posted the field, and then I think the next slide was them booing Taylor Swift, and Donald Trump does not like Taylor Swift.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, the politics involved, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so I thought it was also funny that that he had done that, and then I saw that a lot of Eagles fans were upset because she used to be an Eagles fan.
oh, she's a traitor then.
She's a traitor,
Oh, well, there you go.
among other things.
Well, okay, among other things. Well, there was one thing that was very telling, which is what everybody feels today, and the glorious, ruckus, greeting that Trump got. It was loud, it was sustained. It is the mood of the country. So, pretty fascinating.
Interesting. I saw a lot of videos of people flipping him off.
Yeah, you
Maybe
would.
that was.
You gotta stop watching People News.
Maybe that was.
People Magazine News.
Who do you think? You and People Magazine, I think they need to sponsor you because that's crazy. But yeah, no, I saw a lot of people flipping him off. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that. Not during, not before he left, not on any social media post anywhere.
Well, I mean,
from
again,
X,
you read People Magazine, that's why.
I don't watch her. I don't even know People Magazine. But the whole point is I didn't see any of that stuff. I just saw the reaction of him. So
right,
that
yeah,
was great. So I didn't see him making any comments about Taylor Swift, which was like whatever.
I mean, I think both of our algorithms are completely opposite, and so you're going to be fed a certain type of media that I wouldn't, and vice versa. So that makes sense that I saw people flipping Donald Trump off, and you saw people with hard eyes.
Let's be clear. So to say algorithms being fed, I watch everything from the fake media, which is CNN, all through all the rest of the fake media that's out there. And I'm an equal opportunity fake media watcher because they're all sending people messages and they're spinning stories and whatever. And then I also watch a lot of podcasts, also my own. And
I rewatch my own opinions.
I'm getting fed information from a wide spectrum, and I still didn't see it.
Interesting.
So I don't know. It must be a TikTok person that you listen to. That
I don't have TikTok, thankfully. So, yeah, I have some brain cells left for sure.
I'm joking. I don't know if you do or not. So, yeah.
But so overall, you thought it was.
Again, I mean, there's so much acrimony between these two people, and I'm not sure why it has to be that way. But I guess it's. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened between them, and. Rap culture, not pop culture.
Rap culture is a part of pop culture.
Okay, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know why that was there and why it was on full display because I was clueless. And so what? I mean, again, I don't know why they got to be that way, but whatever. Why can't you all get along? I don't get it.
Oh, that's sweet, Dad. Yeah. You know how it is.
So again, I don't know that, but there was a lot of good commentary. Not good commentary. There was some commentary about. I think you mentioned it today. Bell bottoms being brought back for men, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if I'd wear a bell bottom, but what I noticed was I don't know whether they were Pumas, but they're flat in the front.
I can't remember what shoes.
I don't know if I like those Pumas, but
I mean, Kendrick was fitted up for sure.
But the jacket was, heavily embroidered with diamonds and all that kind of stuff. Which I thought was pretty cool. So
yeah. I also thought it was interesting that people were saying that Kendrick's pants were so tight that they were surprised that he was like running all around and doing everything he was doing. That's possibly another trend that might start again is tight jeans plus bell bottoms.
I can't talk about the tight jeans because I don't think he wasn't running around. He was doing that walk.
People are just saying that they just looked super tight.
Yeah. Well, that walk apparently has become, they've been doing it everywhere. I've been seeing that. And then, so what was funny was SNL, right? So SNL. You
watch SNL?
No, I haven't watched SNL.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Years. I can't stay awake that late. But no, they had made a comment. I think it was Will Ferrell did a skit. Maybe it wasn't SNL, but Will Ferrell did a skit with some other person, and they were doing it a cappella to his song, which I thought was very funny.
This is recently?
Yeah, just a couple weeks back or a week ago. Okay. I guess it was whatever how long ago it was.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with it.
The point I'm making is that this is kind of taken off. Yeah, so
it's only added to the friggin' fuel that has been brewing since the summer, which is crazy. That like like I said, the whole game over thing. Yeah, that's what can Drake do now? Nothing. He lost.
I'm sure he could do a lot. I just don't know.
I mean, sue him like
no, that'll happen. I think because whatever defamation was taking place. But I think these people are smart enough and they've got enough people.
Oh, for sure.
In their PR groups to support and help and put out all kinds of stuff.
Definitely.
There was one comment that Drake made in one of his diss tracks. Something it's like again these back and forth things where Kendrick Lamar's label that he was with, music label that he was with for the last 15 years. Basically took, I don't know, a big chunk of his money that he would earn. So he eventually left the record label, and then went to another one. And he left right before the Super Bowl. And some of the music that he played at the Super Bowl had nothing to do with the songs that he had played for the other label, which means he's going to make more money from the songs that he played at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, something like that. He mainly performed songs from his new album.
And there you go. And that new album is with a new record label, which he's going to get
it's his own. It's PJ. Yeah, it's his own record label. Yeah. And the one he was a part of before, Top Dog, I don't believe that they left on bad terms.
I don't know if they left on bad terms, but he did not make any money. And he's smart to do his own label to get his own money because that's bullshit.
Yeah, he could have done his own label so long ago.
Because the big record labels, they take a lot of money from these performers. So if he's doing it right, good for him.
Yeah, Top Dog is still not as large as, Sony or any of these other big conglomerates. But that's interesting. I didn't hear anything about that. But I do know that, Kendrick performed 2 years ago, and he did more of like a discography, right? He did perform songs from different albums, right. And this time around, it was mainly from I believe he also played something from Damn, but I think DNA, but it was mainly from the new album.
Yeah, okay. Again, it's an interesting little nuance that I had heard that he played from his newer album, which is a different record label, which means he makes more money, and the exposure he's getting from the Super Bowl is going to make him even more money with new downloads and all that stuff. So party on, that's great. He deserves whatever riches he gets from his artwork. So good stuff.
Sure.
I mean, you can't knock anybody for making money from his art. So
I mean, you could say the same thing about Taylor Swift re-releasing all of her albums that weren't connected to.
She's smart to do
anyone.
That. Very smart to do that.
Taylor's version.
That's right. It's her. It's her music. She should make money from it and control it. So
right.
That's it's all about the performers.
Okay.
Right.
Love that for you.
That's right. I love that for you too. All right. So there's our take on halftime.
Yeah, Super Bowl halftime show. Kendrick Lamar, Serena Williams, Samuel L. Jackson, SZA, lots of DJ Mustard pulled up, so many.
The Eagles kicked ass.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, there was one rapper on a side note. I don't remember Tyga. Yeah, Tyga. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he something that he lost $5 million bet. He bet against the Eagles. Yeah. So. First of all, what the hell? Who would be spending that kind of money on a game? But whatever. So, again, the Eagles, they came to play. The Chiefs came to lose. That's just the way I saw it.
It was sad for sure. So. But, okay, moving on to our segment. I want to know how you spent your Valentine's Day, Dad.
My Valentine's? Well, I organized dinner with my girlfriend. We went to a steakhouse.
What'd you get?
We did a wagyu experience kind of a thing.
Nice.
Yeah. So we did that. We had some glasses of wine. We had a
chocolate
steak tartare appetizer, and we had some cornbread because they had some cornbread on the side.
I love cornbread.
It was good. And then I got her some chocolates.
Nice. She loves chocolate.
And some roses. So yeah, and then I got her a card, of course.
A romantic. We love cards.
And what I got a card as well as chocolate. I like marzipan, so dark chocolate and marzipan are my favorite. That was good. I got a picture of us for my office. to some event that we had went to. It was a black tie event. So yeah.
You guys are dressed nice.
Yeah, we were dressed nice, and she was wearing a very red dress, so
Valentine's
it was good
Day.
Valentine's. So yeah, so that, and I got some other treats. She's big on treats, so yeah, so it was good. Then we came home, we got to relax, and so it was a good weekend, just relaxing because we were tired. It's been a long prior week, and so it's good to it was good to go out and have something nice to eat, and then we came back home, and then we relaxed, and we chilled out. We chilled out the rest of the weekend. So that was that. What'd you do?
Jacob and I, we didn't want to traverse the city on such a busy day, so we made pizza at home.
Okay, what kind of pizza was it?
Mine had sausage, pepperoni, onions, lots of olives. And mushrooms. He doesn't like olives, so his had chicken and different things on it.
And so you guys made the dough together from scratch?
We didn't make the dough. We bought the dough from Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. How is that dough?
It was really good, actually. Yeah, it was really good. I was surprised.
When my sister and I did a pizza challenge, we made the dough.
Yeah, that's because Theo knows how to make bread and all that stuff.
No. I made mine. She made hers.
And who won?
I think she used.
And who was the judge? Grandma?
Everybody around us.
Oh, I wasn't invited to that.
Yeah, who knows where you were, but yeah, we used to do challenges like that.
You guys should do it again.
We did mac and cheese challenges, pizza challenges, a bunch of stuff like that. So, yeah.
And when we know she's gonna win.
Nope. My pizza was better.
Okay.
At least I think so. That's rude. So now you're not gonna get my pizza next time. So there you go. So
This is the chef.
Oh, good. So
anyway,
there you go. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for listening to our rant about the halftime. So we appreciate you. Please follow us and like and subscribe on YouTube. And we're also on every other podcast platform out there. So please tune in, leave your comments, and thank you for joining us. Any comments from you?
Nothing. Just tell us what you want to hear. We've got lots of opinions.
Yeah. Very good. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.